Spiritual battle, and guys, welcome back to our channel. Yeah, what's up? Today we'll be talking about an actress who has been facing a spiritual battle with driving. I know it sounds weird, but it is the truth. Your popular actress Toyosi Adesanya opens on her inability to drive. Yes, that she has been facing this problem for a while, and it has affected her as she could not get roles that has to do with driving. And this phobia for driving is what led to the death of our colleague Jùmọ̀, who happens to be Odunlade Adekola's PA. Yeah, before the accident, they had a fight, and before the accident, that is, this Jùmọ̀ had a fight with Odunlade Adekola before this accident, and it was all because of her driving fears as they were attacked by Fulani herdsmen. She came out to say that that she usually shuffles between Ondo and Lagos for movie productions, and she said that it is the nature of a job, and her husband and her had to stay in Ondo State, and most times she needs to travel around the southwest to feature in movies because she does not want her face to fade away in the industry, because they say out of sight is out of mind. So to remain relevant, she had to keep featuring in movies and shuffling around these days. That is part of the effort and the sacrifice that she has to make so that she would be able to stay in the movie industry. And honestly, she said that it has not been easy, but God has remained faithful. And she said her only regret is not knowing how to drive, and she even went to train, but still she couldn't drive, and that has limited her in getting some roles, because it takes some extra effort to start and achieve driving scenes in movies. And she had to come to the conclusion that it's a spiritual thing, that she have a phobia of driving. So on the other with the Fulani herdsmen in Ilorin, which happened recently, she said that it was a terrible experience and that she does not even like talking about it, about everything that happened right in front of her. It's not like she was not there, they were talking, it was right in front of her. They were on their way to a movie location. This Damola Olatunji's movie production. Yes, they were on their way to the movie location, and in Ilorin. And where was the one driving the car? That is the one where Odunlade Adekola's former PA. So they were the one. It was the one driving the car when armed men attacked them, and they started shooting sporadically at them. This Awe tried to dodge the bullet, but unfortunately the bullet met him through the side and he lost control of the car. Then the car somersaulted into the bush and he died on the spot. That was how Jùmọ̀ Awe died, and they took away their things, including phones and money, and they were harmed, and they were to stay there for hours. And then while they were staying there for all those time, these men did not leave them. They were still there, and they tried to rape her PA twice. And initially she said she was menstruating, and later she said she was pregnant. So she actually escaped the rape, and they dragged her away and said that they don't want to see her face. That is Toyosi. They dragged Toyosi away and said they don't want to see her face, and they attempted shooting her brother as well, but it was just God that helped them that day. That after 5 hours, these Fulani herdsmen, they left, and they didn't know, they were still shivering in fear. And there was a Yoruba man amongst them, and he kept saying that they shouldn't have traveled at that time. And she said that this incident affected her emotionally, and she had lots of nightmares after the terrible ordeal, and it took her 2 good months to come out of the trauma of witnessing someone die right in front of her. They would say to Jùmọ̀ Awe that may you rest in peace. And about her phobia for driving. No matter how many times she tried to keep driving, to know how to drive, all these things, all her efforts proved abortive. And we don't know what might have happened if it's that she were the one that drove the car. So we would say everything that God does has a reason to heal, but still the death of this PA was such a painful thing. Though it has happened for a while now, but that is the real reason behind it. And Toyosi has now come out to open up that it was because she was unable to drive, that no matter how many times she attempted to drive, she still could not drive. She has tried to train herself to know how to drive, but every of her efforts has proved abortive, and that was when she now finally thought that maybe this is not just a normal case of her not being able to drive. As you know that if you don't know how to drive, you have to go and learn how to drive, and then if it's possible, then you get to know how to drive. But she said that despite all her trying and everything, that she has still been unable to drive, which has affected her greatly, as she could not get some roles in the movie industry, because some roles include driving, and since she could not drive, she had to stay away from the roads. And no matter how many times she tries to learn how to drive, every of her efforts still proved the same result. It still shows the same result, as she still could not drive. So even if she has a car, she still can't drive. And this not being able to drive can lead to a lot of incidents, which this awareness in this incident is part of. But we can't really blame her for not knowing how to drive, because it's not her fault that she does not want to learn how to drive. She tried to learn how to drive, but still the results still stayed the same. Like, there's two sides to this story, because if she had been the one to drive, then maybe she would have died. And if it's still the same that Awe drove, then Awe still died. So we don't know that it has two sides. So we can't say that Awe's death is a good thing, and we can't say that if she died, it will be a good thing also. So that is her decision, and I want you to tell me your opinion about whether she should have, if she knows that maybe something would have happened, or if she was not the one that drove the car, then maybe something would not have happened. Just tell us your opinion in the comment section. And she still has to stay inside of this movie people, people that have movies, so that they can still get out. That is where she makes her money from, and she's still regretting not knowing how to drive. That she has trained, but still she can't drive. And she sometimes still blames herself for the death of Ďîęď, where in fact she has been afraid since then, and she has to even go through a trauma, yes, for 2 months trauma before she could get out of it, as it's a fear, and it has affected her in a bad way. So she is still blaming herself, and she's still regretting herself not being able to drive. No matter how many times she tries, no matter how many cars she has, no matter how many times she trains to drive, every of her efforts still prove the same, as she ends up not being able to drive. And it's not easy, so she had to just learn how to drive, but still she can't drive, and there is no way she could get roles that involve someone driving. So she gets the role where it does not involve driving at all. As you people would notice that most time when she has a movie, she does not drive. That is the reason, is because she does not know how to drive, no matter how many times she tried. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for staying with us. We love you and really appreciate you. Thank you for staying tuned. God bless you.
Please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Share this video. Subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends to subscribe to this